every sign he won't.
I won't make it easy for you now.
So how's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Yo, you guys, I am freaking the fuck out. I just realized you guys should just hear me clap. But I am freaking the fuck out because we have it. We have two brand new trailers for House of the Dragon. We also have a premiere date. It's going to be June 6th. June 6th. Yes, June 6th. Which is honestly 2 days from my brother's birthday. He was born on June 8th. But look, I am so fucking excited for this. Quick little thing. This is going to be this video. I have two videos coming. This one right here is basically going to be how I feel about the trailer, my overall thoughts about the characters and what we have planned. And but then later this weekend on Sunday, I'll be posting a full breakdown. It'll most likely be about an hour or so long, but I'm gonna be posting a full breakdown, basically about like my theories, what each character is doing, what they've done so far, and like what to expect in season 2. I'll also be comparing things from the books to the show. But let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
True King Aegon!
Only weeks ago, my lord husband was alive, and the realm was at peace. On his deathbed, he knew the realm would never accept a queen. Rhaenyra's supporters will believe what they wish, but Viserys wanted Aegon to succeed him.
They wish now not for the good of the realm, but for the satisfaction of vengeance.
Plot against the king, and I will pay it back 100 times over.
I'm as fearsome as any of them.
You have no idea the sacrifices that were made to put you on that throne.
My uncle is a challenge I welcome. If he dares face me.
We will prevail and bring forth peace. But you must accept that the path to victory now is one of violence.
Good. To war, then.
All my life, I've endeavored to serve both my house and the realm. And somehow none of it matters.
Hold to your courage! For the one true King Aegon!
First thing that we had was a green themed, basically the Greens season trailer, and honestly it was pretty interesting. Like, basically what happened with this trailer is that it basically was trying to show the green side of, you know, like why they're fighting. And I'll be honest with y'all, I do not give two shits, okay? They are wrong. They are wrong. They are wrong with a capital W. And Alicent knows this, okay? Alicent knows that she is wrong. You're gonna tell me that the king Viserys dragged his corpse bride looking ass from his bed. He dragged it, honey, y'all. He dragged his skeleton ass from that bed, and with his last breath declared for Rhaenyra and for her sons. He accepted the wedding, you know, the engagements between Rhaenyra's sons and Laena's sons. And you expect me to believe that he then, after all of that, he even threw a big feast to confirm this, y'all. He threw a big feast for you guys all to make your last, you know, hurrahs and goodbyes. And instead, you took all of that and then chose at the end for Aegon to be king. Because that shows Alicent's internalized bias. Because here's the thing, if Alicent really did want to make peace with Rhaenyra, if she really did believe that she was going, you know, to be a good queen and all of that, she wouldn't have jumped so quickly to usurp her. I'm not sorry. I'm a part of the fandom that believes that everything that happens now It's Alicent's fault. It is pure Alicent's fault. I mean, it's also Otto's too, don't get me wrong. Otto is a part of this too. But at the moment, this is all Alicent's fault. Because you're telling me you couldn't, like, stop for a minute and go to Rhaenyra and talk and all that? And be like, hey, this is what your father said. I can assure you Rhaenyra would have immediately said, oh no, he was not talking about your Aegon. He was talking about mine. I mean, this also comes from y'all having one fucking name for all the boys in your family, but that's neither here nor there. Another thing this also shows us is how war and bloodthirsty Aegon is. I'm a part of the people where I do not understand why in the hell that Aegon has fans, and by Aegon I mean Aegon II, obviously, because the baby girlification of this dude makes zero sense to me. Like, the baby girlification of Aegon makes zero sense to me, and explain it to me. Explain it to me like I'm 5, why this guy has fans. Explain it to me, especially because, like, if you read Fire and Blood, they are tame with what Aegon does. If you watch what happens inside, the TV show, they are tame with what Aegon does. There is no way, no denial in my mind that Aegon was not worse in the books, in real life, than how the show portrayed him. I mean, how the show and books portrayed him to be. And how they all of a sudden show that he cares about his son. Like, little spoilers, for Blood and Cheese, I'll let you guys read that. But Blood and Cheese is 100% on Aegon's head. 100% on Aegon's head, and, obviously Aemond's too. But Aegon could have done so many things different. Because in the books, Aegon throws a party after hearing, that Aemond killed Luke. He threw a party. When in the show, they may not go that route. I'm not entirely sure if they will. I read some rumors that they're considering not doing it and instead have Aegon say like some flippant comment that that gets understood incorrectly. Either way, it's still Aegon's fault that his kids die. And I am going to most likely have to log off of Twitter for when Blood and Cheese happens, because I already know his baby girlifiers and, the Team Green stands are going to be insufferable. But also, another thing that really piques my interest is how they're going to portray certain events, which I'm going to talk about in the second half of this video, about the whole Team Black thing, and how they're clearly showing, by the way, Sunfyre looks gorgeous. I'm not going to deny that Sunfyre does not look pretty, but my problem is on how washed out some of the dragons are. Like, dragons were meant to be colorful and bright. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing Sunfyre the Golden. He looks practically the same color as Caraxes. So unless, they need to turn up the opacity a little bit, turn up, the saturation for Sunfyre, I don't think it's good. Also, remember, this is the same guy who was claiming, the same dragon that the Maesters claimed had such a strong relationship with his rider. No. Not that. Also, let's talk about Aemond and how Aemond is up here talking about like, oh, I'll face my uncle if he dares to face me. Aemond, sit your butt down. Like, oh my God, you only won one fight with a 14-year-old boy who was running from you. He was running from you. No. I know in the books they say that he becomes a competent fighter, but I don't fully believe that. I do not fully believe that in the slightest. But that's kind of how I'm going to wrap up this part of the review. But let's go ahead and talk about the Team Black trailer, because oh my God.
We fight for our queen!
My father chose me, his firstborn child, to succeed him.
He held to his decision until death. And yet, Alicent's son sits my throne. I mean to fight this war and win it.
The realm will soon tear itself apart. If men do not remember the oath sworn to King Viserys and to his rightful heir.
The Hightows are marching. You must crush this beast at its head.
Our terms are very simple. Renounce the false king and bend the knee to the king, or your house burns.
When the desire to kill and burn takes hold and reason is forgotten, you will not even remember what began the war in the first place.
We fight for our queen!
I feel what I've begun.
All right, you guys, so let's talk about the Team Black trailer. First of all, can we give a little applause for the dresses, for the wigs? Like, they really went above and beyond. Like, the costuming budget went through the roof, and for this, I am so happy. But I am really interested to show on how it shows that Rhaenyra is in mourning in the beginning. You know, she has found, I'm guessing, what assumes to be like pieces of Caraxes, pieces of little baby Luke, and I'm just hoping that it doesn't get too gory with it, you know, like I hope it doesn't get too gory with the pieces that they find. But at the same time, I'm interested to see how they're going to show her in acting on her anger. You know, I wonder how they're going to show her acting on her anger, because let's be honest, Rhaenyra tried, okay? Rhaenyra tried her hardest. She did. She really tried her hardest to play everything right. And unfortunately, the Greens just showed that they don't, basically, fuck the rules. That's literally how it is. They basically like, fuck the rules. We're just going to play things our own way, which is problematic when you think of the larger world aspect of it, because this is a world where honor and, you know, and being truthful with your oaths is a big deal. And for the Greens, basically, you know, to first of all take advantage of the king's death, to usurp the crown to the rightful heir. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care what you guys think. Rhaenyra was 100% the rightful heir to the throne because the king decreed it. You know, he basically made it into the law. Yes, we can go by, it was the traditions of the Andals, but the House Targaryen ain't Andals. Okay? They're not the Andals. But at the same time, it's like, I want them to really, like, I want us to see, for example, like, Rhaenyra really going into her fury. Like, I'm fully on the bandwagon of Rhaenyra the Cruel. I'm fully on that bandwagon. And let her be cruel. And also another thing that I noticed, that in the trailer, she calls Aegon Alicent's son. She doesn't call him my half-brother. She doesn't even call him Viserys' son. He is straight up Alicent's son, which is a flip of how basically Dany was when it came to, you know, Viserys in the books, on how he changed from, you know, my sweet brother to the guy who was my brother, or, you know, or the man who formerly was my brother. And it shows that in times like this, unfortunately, family relations is not something that you can rely on, especially family relations that are strained. I'm loving Daemon protecting his niece wife. Go ahead. I love how we get more of Baela and Rhaena in this. Like, Baela on Moon Dancer. Oh, I cannot wait. What she's most likely seeing, I'm not going to reveal spoilers. I'll reveal that in my breakdown, which like I said, I'll be posting later this weekend, like Monday at the latest, but I'm going to try to get it out by Sunday. But I'm going to be posting it later this weekend, and what she's going to be seeing, I hope, ties into what she does to Aegon's trifling ass. I cannot wait. I honestly cannot wait. I'm also grateful that they let the actor who plays Jace use his natural hair because those stiff ass wigs were so bad. So bad. It's like they gave him some conditioner or something. It's like they gave him some conditioner and everything and be like, okay, fine, you can do your hair now. We'll let you have your own hair. And I love it. And I honestly am just really excited to see what this season is going to give us. You know, like also another thing I hope they touch on is not only do they touch on Rhaenyra's mourning and Daemon's mourning and, you know, most likely Rhaenys' mourning. I want to see how they're going to touch in on Rhaena's mourning as well, because Rhaena was the one betrothed to Luke, and from what we know both in the show, like what we see in the show, what we know in the books, both of them cared for each other. You know, both of them cared for each other greatly. So I'm hoping that we see her reactions to this. I also wonder if we're going to, like, if the season's going to end with Rhaenyra taking the city, or if the show is going to end a different way. And I hope it's not the way I'm thinking that it might end, because if it is, I am going to blubber like a baby, because I can't deal with two tragedies in this season. I really can't. But thank you all so much for joining me for this quick little, I know it's barely 10 minutes, you know, like this is mainly just my ranting, my thoughts, but I'm going to be doing a full, probably about 30 minutes to an hour breakdown. I will post it first on my Patreon, and then I will post it over here on my YouTube. So if you want to support me, you know, support me there, go ahead. Tiers start at only $1, and you can unlock everything from my $3 tier. Or if you just want to wait, that's perfectly fine. But if you want to wait here, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the mess, all the mess to get into, you know, my jumbled up mind. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time. I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, 'cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh.